Hi, everyone. Welcome to Voices for Virginia's Children I Care for Kids virtual rally today. I am here to welcome you and get you fired up for the day and really talk about the importance of today. So to begin, for those of you who are watching this live, I want you to tell me why you are here. Why do kids matter to you? What is going on in your life right now that makes you feel compelled to talk about the I Care for Kids rally? I'm going to tell you a little bit of why kids care for me personally. I don't even think I told you who I am. I'm Allison. I'm on the policy team here at Voices for Virginia's Children. Welcome to today's rally. I care for kids for so many reasons. Maybe you have met me in real life, or maybe we've only communicated over the internet, or maybe you've read my blogs. But my journey to Voices for Virginia's Children is a long one, and I think always reminds me why I care for kids. I had challenges like maybe many of you did during your childhood. My family faced several adversities. We faced adversities with family members who were dealing with substance use disorder. We were certainly dealing with common racism in our communities from being people of color living in Virginia. We were also dealing with inequalities in our school systems, so many things. And all of these continue to resonate with me personally at my job here at Voices for Virginia's Children. I'm also a mother of a 2.5-year-old, and you might hear him in the background during this rally where we're getting you fired up. He is really, unlike you, many of you who have either lost your childcare, let me know in the comments if that's something that you are dealing with on your own, or adjusting, trying to figure out how am I supposed to provide income for my family and keep my family safe, dealing with difficult decisions as some children are going to virtual school, some children are doing hybrid models, so many stressors. Can we take a minute to stop and just say, wow, we are so stressed as a community right now, as people. And then when we think about children and think about this pandemic as an actual trauma to children, we have to start saying, okay, where and when do we need our leaders to show up? So if you don't know, the Virginia Legislative Special Session is beginning on Wednesday, the 18th. And it is going to be probably one of the most important times that our members of General Assembly are going to get together to decide where they are going to allocate funds to, one, keep our state running, and two, to deal with the challenges that this pandemic has caused. If you're one of my folks who are in my partnership and you're doing things in child welfare, you know, like a lot of people, the challenges that we are seeing in our systems aren't new, right? There are challenges that were small potholes and now they are craters, and we are seeing the struggles in the system. We knew what the problems were. We were finally starting to make some traction with solving them, and then this happened and it really set us back. All of these challenges, however, kids can very easily get lost in the conversation for the next couple of weeks. That is why you are here. I need every single person here to do two things right away that's going to make a difference. One, click that like button on this video so that as many people as possible can see it. And two, click the share button, because we want the I Care for Kids rally to be seen all over the Commonwealth, and we especially want our legislators to see it. So tag them in this video, tag them in the videos that you're going to make that I'll talk to you about in just a couple of minutes. but we want this video to be spread far and wide. We want this day to be spread far and wide. So I had to ask you, why do you care for kids? Why are you here? And some of you are talking about the mental health needs of children in the Commonwealth. That is a major issue in Virginia. It has been for a long time, but we know that kids of all ages are experiencing all sorts of emotions right now, and they need us as adults, as the people who are in charge and responsible for their lives, to stand up and say, I care for kids, because no child should struggle with mental health right now and not have resources in their community. Families have enough. They should not have to struggle to know where to go to for resources. I know that some of you have talked about childcare issues. Did you know that nearly 40% of providers may close permanently from this pandemic? What is that going to look like 10 years from now? That means 40% of children who had access and opportunity to attend high quality childcare and preschools may not have that opportunity. It means that families are going to have to make difficult decisions about who continues to work and who doesn't. It means that inequalities between many children of color who childcare, especially high quality preschool, is the difference between them starting kindergarten ready and them starting behind. We need legislators today, this week, to prioritize that for our children. If you are with me, right, I care for kids. We need them to respond now. Or maybe you're an advocate with me who's working in the child welfare sector. We are seeing all sorts of things. One of the priorities and voices right now, we have got to raise the salaries of our child welfare workers. This was actually something that we advocated really strongly for in the regular session, and we got it, but it was frozen after the pandemic started. But we know that workers are doing more work right now. They're dealing with hiring freezes, and we know that when they have one worker for the life of their case, they're more likely to either return home to their family of origin and that is safe, or they're more likely to find permanent connection somewhere else. What we don't want to see is a couple of years from now, Virginia continuing to be the worst in the nation for children aging out of foster care without a permanent connection. This has to end now. We are absolutely in a crisis for children, and it absolutely takes all of our voices to stand up and say, I care for kids. I care for kids yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And I am calling on every single lawmaker in Virginia to make children a priority this legislative special session. And special it is. It's the opportunity to respond, react, and truly prevent some of things that may be happening later on that we can't even see right now, but we know could happen if legislators don't step in right now to respond. Okay. So you've heard a lot of what I had to say, but what can you do beyond liking and sharing and letting me know why you are here? We have part of the I Care for Kids rally today is all about getting yourself involved. So what I want you to do is pull out your cell phones and record a short video of yourself, maybe with your child or with your family members, maybe at your job. If you're a child care provider and you're one that's still open, record a video of yourself, something short, 30 seconds to 2 minutes, telling us, why do you care for kids? For me, I told you a bit earlier why I care for kids, so I'm going to quickly make that video, and then I'm going to post it to our Flipgrid. What we are going to be doing with that is we're going to be sharing your videos all day, and we're going to be making sure that legislators are engaged in your videos. So you can record your video, upload it to the Flipgrid, also share it on your personal social media pages. Legislators love to use Twitter. That's a great place to engage your local legislator. I'll post in the comment section a link to our Flipgrid, also a link to where you can find out who is your legislator so that you can engage them in this process. So make sure you're making those videos and you're telling everyone else to engage those videos. So what else is important for you to know? What we need for everyone to do, if you're not already on the Voices email list, this is the week to do it. That will say, I care for kids. The reason is because after the special session starts, we're going to start sending a lot of action alerts because we're going to find out what's in the governor's budget and what isn't in the governor's proposed budget. And we may need you to act. We need all of you to respond to those action alerts, because when you click on them and you fill out your information, it goes to legislators and it says, this is why I care for kids. If they receive enough of those emails, it's going to cause them to start to have some conversations internally, and that is how we get things done in Virginia. We need to raise our voices as loud as we possibly can today and tell them that we have to prioritize children. There are so many competing interests right now when we talk about children. A lot of focus and attention on the economy. And of course, we're not saying that that isn't important, but the problem is that kids don't vote, and we have to be their advocates, right? We have to be the ones that stand up and say, I care for kids. So with that, you have your instructions, you know what to do. Please join us the rest of today on I Care for Kids rally on the Voices for Virginia's Children Facebook page. We'll also be active on our Twitter accounts. We'll be sharing your videos. Please join our email list. If you have a personal story that you really think needs to be said and heard, email us. We'll put our emails in the comment section. I thank you so, so much for getting up early this morning, or maybe you're watching this later and that's perfectly fine too. We are all tired parents. I'm certainly one of them. Just to say, I care for kids. So I cannot wait to see all of the videos today. I can't wait to see your Facebook statuses with the hashtag I care for kids. I can't wait for legislators to see how many Virginians actually and truly care for children in our Commonwealth and are willing to do the work to get what is needed for our children. Thank you so much for listening today, and hats off, and here's cheers to this rally.